Alright, yins guys, what's up? There's a little thing on my mind. I was just talking and joking about this to somebody, so I made a point to go and make a video about it because that just reminded me I always wanted to make a video to laugh about this one. Anyway, this is not a rant, but it's about how anyway, yins guys might have encountered similar crap like this, no matter what walk of life you are, whoever you are listening, that things that kind of make you go, huh? Or, okay? Or any kind of weird reaction like that. And, you know, behavior that doesn't fit. But anyway, I'm going to start out by telling you about a neighborhood I used to live in. I used to go to this ceramic shop every once in a while. They made, you know, nice ceramic, whatever you're into, you know, dogs, cats, angels, mystical stuff, new age stuff. And there's people that hand painted them. They were expensive. And once in a while I'd wander in there and being the egotistic person that goes, oh yeah, I'm one of them damn long hairs with money, you know, who's probably selling drugs. I'd show off and get this mortified look, you know, by these old people because I was able to whip out the money and buy this $50 ceramic dog, which I liked a lot. But anyway, I end up knowing these people really well, you know. And I'd go and eat in restaurants in a kind of town you'd see a lot of people. In fact, I'd eat in a restaurant in a neighborhood, you'd see some of them waitresses and different people around. But anyway, the ceramic shop one day, there was a sign that says, yeah, ceramics classes. This particular day, and I asked them about it because started, you know, being kind of, you know, friends with people here and there too, because, you know, that kind of happened that way. And it happened that I used to get into some oil painting. I used to do a little bit of oil painting. I never told you guys that. On canvas, I used to do this really neat thing where the only time I'd use a brush would be to touch things up, but people, facial features, hair, feathers, I did everything with my finger, just streaking it with my finger, and then sometimes I'd refine things with a brush. But anyway, getting to the point, since I was dabbling in oil painting once in a while, I thought, oh, a ceramics class might be cool. And I went to one evening and expecting that it was going to be like, you know, a first lesson, oh, today we're going to learn how to, you know, and then, you know, and somebody instructing you and teacher coming around, you know, I mean, the owner of the store, you know, being the teacher. And I go there one time. I go there that night, and I found out it wasn't really a ceramics class at all. It really shouldn't have been a class. It was more like a ceramics club, or more like the ceramics/gossip club, more like it. And here is where the straight to the point where the inappropriate weirdness happened. Okay, the whole group, you know, women, couple different ages, you know, mostly a little older than me and a little older, and it was all women. I was the only dude there. You know, I just thought it was ceramics class, and I knew the people that owned the store, got to know them, and they said, "Oh, sure, come on in," you know, and they were like, these women were worse than anybody. People stereotype truck drivers and the Marines for, you know, really like the cursing and the F-bomb. Don't get me wrong, I'm not ranting about cursing. I've done it myself, and people on YouTube do it. Everybody does it. But the weird thing is, you know, worse than any men in bar do. Okay, you know, F-bomb this in casual conversation all loud. I mean, if you were in a distance, you'd almost think it was a bunch of women in a bar, you know, and not a ceramic shop thingy. But at the same time, they had the radio station with all the sappy love songs on it, you know what I mean? And I don't know if you heard of this person, this DJ, a very famous person. Her show was called Delilah, Love Someone Tonight. You know, it was that station, and this woman was, like, I guess, syndicated in radio stations all over the place. You know, that's what they were listening to, a radio show. Yeah, her name was Delilah, and they used to go, Delilah, love someone tonight, and they'd play sappy love songs, and then they'd have mostly women calling in, I like to make this request for my, honey, and blah, blah, blah. And then that same night, too, there was one woman called in that really overdid it and was like, she's all bawling and crying on the phone about, some people call about, their breakups or whatever, and they're all talking their personal stuff about breakups over the live radio. And then there was one woman I busted out laughing on there. I mean, really bawling and crying, on live radio. I was like, damn. But anyway, they're listening to, Delilah Loves Someone Tonight. I don't know even if she's even still on any of them radio stations or any radio station in your area where you might be watching my video here. But I imagine you could probably look her up on Google or online, and say all about her or whatever. But the unusual thing is you have somebody like that playing Delilah Loves Someone Tonight on the radio, and all that lovey-dovey stuff. And, yeah, it didn't sound like there was really any love in that room. Man, it was, like, weird. But anyway, I decided ceramics wasn't my thing. I sucked at it. I couldn't paint it. Canvas, I had freedom, you know what I mean? But I tried it, and later on the next day, I went to the owner. I was like, oh, yeah, thanks for putting up with me and all that stuff, too. But I said, between you, me and you, not in a bad way. I mean, when I kind of went in there, I kind of thought it was a class, you know what I mean? And I didn't expect that, you know what I mean? And I guess she wouldn't have known to give me any advance warning. So it wasn't a class at all. It was just... But at the same token, the woman's, real foul mouths, at the same time. Their artwork, their ceramics were absolutely amazing. They were awesome. They were fantastic. I mean, I couldn't paint ceramics worth a crap. I mean, I used to be good on canvas I thought I was good, but that's another thing, too. I always wondered, with the negative kind of talking they did and the kind of crap they did, how were they able to make such beautiful stuff? I mean, it seemed to me a lot of artists would want good vibes in there. I mean, if you got a bunch of us getting in there all talking and swearing, it can be good art too, you know what I mean? Because maybe we want to do something rambunctious, you know what I mean, for, I don't know, a punk rock album cover or some kind of sculpture. I mean, we can all get in there and agree that, yeah, we can swear or do whatever we want, and the art will reflect that. Am I right or wrong? You know what I mean? Say we get in there, we all get together in a room, and we want to do a ceramic or some kind of artwork, and have a day. You can swear, you can curse, you can do anything you want, and see how the artwork turns out. And maybe you get a bunch of us guys, punk rock, different kind of things. Like I said, we all curse anyway once in a while, and this wasn't a video about ranting about anybody cursing, you know what I mean, because I'd be a hypocrite. But you see what I mean? It would reflect the art. You can do it and I'll agree to it, and it would reflect the artwork, what we're expressing. Then we can be in another mood, you know what I mean, do it in a different way. But I just couldn't see how these women, the way they were, man, all that cursing and gossiping, all that different things like that, I didn't see how they can actually still do such beautiful work, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, anyway, like only one woman was sociable. She was trying to make conversation with me and acting all nice. The rest of them were like trying to, like, what's he doing here? But the one was being social because she felt compelled to and acting all nice and a little nicer, you know what I mean? But, and, yeah, that was the way that is anyway. The next day, I was just saying to the owners, I was saying to the owners, like, I didn't know, that was like that. I says, I thought it was a class, and I didn't expect that. But then I also was used to that behavior because I worked in a factory where all the women, upstairs in the sewing department, we made these loading dock seals. We made the metal parts and the brackets and every kind of things, but then they had vinyl covers for the pads that were around loading docks. They did the sewing. But anyway, most of them women, they had the radios where you can have FM or AM or local television on there. And they had the soaps playing, you know, and where the rest of us played rock and roll and hip-hop or whatever we wanted to play, or country in this department. And they would be entertained by the soap operas about the sexual situations, somebody sleeping with so-and-so. And at the same conversation, give or take some time, be talking about, oh yeah, they're going to go decorate the church today. You know what I mean? That's another, what I would bring up, contradictory behavior. I thought about doing a whole video on that, but I figured I'd just throw this in with the video. But anyway, yeah, people like that of the same character, yeah. People of that same character, that too, they go to churches and all that, but the ones I just spoke to you right now about working in the factory, some of them, they didn't swear quite as much as these people, but they were entertained by everything sexual and soap operas, but yet they gossiped, and they claimed to be more moral than men, and talking about how immoral and what pigs men were. Yeah, they actually working with me at a factory or whatever, and saying how pigs, that all men want to do is have sex with everything in sight. And then the same token, but yet they're allowed to be entertained by sexual situations in soap operas and talk about, oh yeah, we got to decorate or for whatever day they're having in the church. In the same radius of conversation within time, and I'm like laughing to myself. You know what I mean? That's another thing that makes you go, okay, or makes you want to say, damn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying there, right? Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you got a kind of a laugh about it, or leave a comment or whatever if you want to, and see you next time.